What about this? Come on. It's hot. All right, folks. I'm back. I went and got a little light. I got picked up a little Duracell headlamp, one of these uh, things that kick off roughly the same amount of light as the surface of the sun. And I got one of them working for me. And anyway, so I got the rear truck off. Here's a little tip that I'm going to share with you people, so you don't have to go through what I went through while the camera was off. Do not pry the rear clip off unless you have a free hand nearby to block it, because you're going to end up with a real serious problem, because the clip's going to go flying and you're going to end up on your damn hands and knees with this piece right. Sorry about the camera, guys. What happened is I'm not charging, and my okay, ended up on the floor with this son of a bitch looking for a spring that's roughly the size of an ant's ass, and it's definitely not a line now that involves taking a spring and a little piece of metal off. It was just the rear truck. I had so far I've drawn a schematic showing how the spring and all the washers and clamps go in what order. I've got a screw detail, because I've taken quite a few screws out, and here we are back to the bare frame of this baby. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these four bad boys off right here, and hopefully that's going to free up uh, this boiler from the engine here. So let's do a little change here to Phillips, and see if we can get this deal off. So anyway, I don't know if you guys have been watching uh, videos or anything like that about the dome over in Israel, but I guess Biden, deems these people they're no longer terrorists, and he funds them. And you know, imagine this: not that long after this funding, um, Israel gets bombarded with 150 bombs, and they have to fire up the dome defense system for 150 incoming missiles, that I'm pretty sure President Biden paid for. Um, and I mean, I don't know. Just call me kooky, but I mean, all of a sudden, these people get this chunk of money. He's no longer going to hold up this treaty because, well, that would certainly be cementing Trump's achievement. We sure wouldn't want to do that. Like, God forbid, we help these people and actually, honor the treaty, and be a proud nation, stand up for our brothers over there. Oh, look at that, boys and girls. Um, Look at that. We have a freed up truck. There's a little clamp here that I don't quite know anything about. But here's the engine that we're talking about that's giving us the headaches. Um, into this bad boy sitting back here. Nice little engine, good looking engine. Um, Nice clean train, man. I just, I'm beside myself that I picked this up for $40. I'm just, I mean, regardless of what the problem is when we get in here, if this involves shimming or what, um, I mean, surely the piece to fix this beautiful engine and get it back on a track somewhere is definitely worth the effort, because um, $40 for I mean, you guys have seen the video. I mean, 40 bucks for a train like this it is ridiculous, and for this condition, I mean, it needs a little TLC, but come on, man. Uh, you can't beat 40 bucks, man. Um, so there are the screws for the rear and the front. We got this baby setting apart. So you guys are learning as I'm learning. Like I have a fucking clue what's going to happen next. Let's take this off because I think, well, this is definitely going to take the engine off. But I mean, should I unhook some wires here? Are we talking about soldering? Yeah, we're talking about soldering. We're just going to let's just unhook and look and see. I mean, if we have to solder, then what I'll do is that'll be another video because I'm going to have to haul my ass to the Home Depot or somewhere. Lowe's across the street here. You know, whichever one currently isn't under investigation for child labor. We'll go and try to buy a little one of those little like torch type quick pinpoint for modeling. I'll try to go find a soldering gun to deal with these small engines so that we can do a little more intense work because I plan on streaming this shit so you guys can learn as I learned. Like I said, this is day one, kids. This is kindergarten right here. And we're starting out with a Mike's Train House. We're going to try to get her going. The goal right here is to not pay somebody to fix my train because the whole thing is expensive enough. I mean, the amount of money that I've invested in my life on modeling um, is ridiculous. And I'm just going to be completely honest with you here. I've gotten in trouble a few times, kids, and just recently, in fact, I uh, was in a bad situation. Let's just leave it at that. And ended up where I wasn't able to take care of a storage unit and a place where I was staying, which resulted in me losing a train collection that I had amassed over the course of probably 7 years of collecting, and just heartbreaking stuff. That's a culprit. What are we looking at? Okay, so we got the engine loose here. As you guys can see, we have the engine loose, and I'm looking. I got the worm drive down here. Well, I'm gonna clean this grease off, but I got good movement now. So what I'm deducing is that when I'm mounting this, I'm not getting a good contact. So what I'm gonna have to do is when it's not as easy, but I'm thinking that possibly I might be able to get some sort of a very thin shim. Um, if there's any way to, I'm gonna try to adjust this and see if I can lower it. If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna try to get a very thin shim, okay, that would lift this rear end up just enough to maybe get this worm drive here on this electric motor back down into that gear so that when we put this baby back together uh, and when she's sitting there in all of her glory on a track, um, I'm gonna push the button and she's gonna do what she's supposed to do because it's gonna be a beautiful thing. Because I'm telling you guys, this is a just an incredible find. That day couldn't have been any better. And in a future episode, I'm going to show you guys. But I was in a little train store. It's called Roy's Hobbies. It's here in Colorado Springs, and I'm telling you, me and a friend were over there, and I'm looking at this train, and I'm sitting there, and it says broken, $40, and I'm like, get out of here. I said, I mean, look at this thing, man. I mean, come on, man. I can sell that shell for $40. That right there, I can get $40 for. What's wrong with you people? All right. I mean, so I bought the thing, and I see a Pennsylvania Railroad diesel, a black one, sitting on the shelf, and it has a tag on it too, and it's like for battery testing only. It says we put it on the track, the train doesn't work. So I'm walking out the door. I'm buying this train for $40. I look over at the guy. I'm like, hey, I'm still interested in diesel. I don't care if it works. He says, I'll sell it to you for half price. So I give him the $100. All right. And I pay the tax. I come home. Me and my friends set up a little section of track. We set the diesel on the track. Guess what? He runs around the track like a champ. So we got a Mike Train House Legacy Diesel for $100. Another episode I'm going to show you, but I want you friends to not be shy, and I want you to think about what I said, man. I want you to think about missiles flying over here in Israel, and the good old U.S. of A. isn't lifting a finger to do anything. I mean, what happened? I mean, aren't these people supposed to be our allies? And I mean, all I know is that a lot of other presidencies would not have put up with Israel being bombed by a hostile nation. Um, so, I mean, let's take a hard look at where we're at in the world, and I think some hard decisions need to be made somewhere, and I don't know who's going to make them, but like I said, I'm right here to uh, to help make them if it comes to that, because this is not what America's supposed to be. I think we have some serious problems, and I think that some serious people need to sit down and have a talk. So what we're going to do next episode is we're gonna test this sim theory. We're going to reassemble this beautiful engine and take it up on a track and see if it'll run around a room on an oval. And I'll take a short time to introduce you to that $100 diesel that I talked about earlier. So until next time, people, um, keep it easy. And like I said, if you guys have any comments, man, you know what to do. Hit the like button down there if you enjoy listening to me talk like a crazy person and work on trains, because uh, it'll sure help us get going. So, do the little like thing, do the little subscribe thing, and I'm going to get another video to you guys out just as soon as I can. You guys take care, man. I love you.